Okay, everybody, here is lesson 5. Lesson 5 actually has a worksheet that goes with it, and the goal of this lesson is to look at 2-bar phrases. The question was posed to me, someone shot me an email and asked me, how do you play with the background track? How do you make it fit and make it work? So this whole lesson is kind of designed around that premise. The first thing I did was I created a worksheet, which is linked to your Canvas page, and I'd like you to download it and take a look at it right now. You can move it to the side of the screen, so as I'm doing this tutorial, you can follow along. But I'm looking at the A-flat pentatonic patterns. Now what I did was I went into MuseScore, and I created some 2-measure phrases. I don't know if these phrases are going to sound good or not. I just kind of chose some quarter notes, some eighth notes, and some half notes, and I messed around with the A-flat pentatonic scale. All right, so the first one, it starts with a quarter note on Do, and then it's got 2 eighth notes and a quarter note, and then 2 eighth notes. So I'm looking at measures number 1 and 2. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my background track, and I'm going to put that on. I'm going to let it run. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just make sure I can feel the beat in the background track. So here we are at the background track. So, as this is playing, I'm trying to find the beat. Make sure I can feel the beat, because if you don't have the beat with the background track, everything you play is going to feel off anyway. So, I'm very simply just tapping my feet right now. You can tap it all in one foot. But just kind of making sure you can feel the beat, feel the background, and then we're going to go, oh, and then you get buffering. So, the first thing you want to do is make sure that you're feeling the beat and that you've got the tempo locked in. The next thing is going to be take a rhythm, take a pattern, write it out first, because sometimes making it up on the spot can be hard, especially if you've never done it before. So write something out in the key of the A-flat pentatonic, and then try to play only 2 measures. Try to play that rhythm. So here I made up a 2-measure rhythm, and here it is with the background track. Here we go. 1, 2, rhythm number 1. And then you'll see I put in 2 measures worth of rest. That's because what I'm going to do at the end of this video is I'm going to play the rhythm, and then you're going to copy it back. Then I'm going to play it, and then you're going to copy it back. So that was rhythm number 1. I liked it. I thought it sounded good. So if I had written this out at home, I would sit there and I'd put a check mark next to that saying I like that rhythm. Here's rhythm number 2. Now, if you like it, you put a check mark next to it. If you don't like it, hopefully you can go in and edit and make an adjustment, and hopefully create something out of there that you like. Rhythm number 3. This is the second line. This is a pattern. It's a really famous pattern, actually. What I did here was I just took the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 5th note of the pentatonic scale, and then I just started on the 2nd, 3rd, 5th, and 6th note, and then I went 3rd, 5th, 6th, 1st note. So it's a pattern. I'm just going 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like straight up the scale. So here we go. 2, 3, and that's cool. Now I'm coming down. Now, for the 3rd line, I started mixing in some half notes and some 8th note rests and just trying to see what I can make. Here we go. Here's measure 17. Now that was cool because it kind of had a melodic idea to it. There was it wasn't just 8th notes, it wasn't just quarter notes. It had some upbeat feel to it with the 8th note rest on the downbeat of measure 18. So that by far has been my favorite rhythm. So once you have a successful rhythm, write down what it is you liked about it. Write the fact that you liked the rhythmic kind of variety, mixing quarters, half notes, and 8th notes. Having the 8th note rest worked in. Coming in on an upbeat was kind of cool. So let's go through that phrase again. I had the half note, 2 8th notes, to the quarter note, and then I had the the downbeat was empty. All right, so make a note. You gotta write stuff down or you're gonna forget it. Make a note about what it was that was cool and what it was that was worked. And so then when you go to create your next few batch of rhythms, you can kind of say, I want rhythmic variety. I want to try some upbeat rhythms. That all worked. And then the last and final rhythm that I gave you was just simply going every other note up the pentatonic scale, but in quarter notes. So let's listen to how that sounds. 1, 2, 3. All right, so kind of boring rhythmically, but it's cool to jump the notes sometimes. So I wanted to kind of give you a jumpy rhythm, a formulaic pattern, and so that is a great kind of introduction to just creating your own 2-measure phrases, testing them with the background track, making some notes, and making some adjustments. So what you're going to do with this lesson is, one, we're going to play a little game of copycat. So I'm going to put my background track on, I'm going to play rhythm number 1, I'm going to rest for 2 measures while you play rhythm number 1 at home. So I want you to get your instrument out and get ready to play along with me. So I'll play rhythm 1, you play rhythm 1. I'll play rhythm 2, you play rhythm 2. And we're going to go straight through this exercise, this A-flat pentatonic patterns that I created, and we're going to try them out. We're going to see if you like them. If you don't, I want you at the bottom of your paper to make some notes about which rhythms you liked, which rhythms you didn't, and then you are going to create 6 of your own rhythms in MuseScore, and you're going to submit those to me on Canvas, and I'm going to get a chance to take a look at them, and you're going to be able to play them too. And so I'll have a flip grid where you can actually record yourself playing your rhythms into the flip grid. You will be able to send me your MuseScore or your PDF of the rhythms that you made, or even if you want to write them out by hand, just take a photo of it and you can submit the photo. That's fine too. I know some people prefer writing by hand. So here we go. Here's our final part of the video. This is the copycat game, and I'll play for 2 measures, and then you copy exactly what I do. Here we go. All right, so awesome. Hopefully you were able to follow along and you were able to get through those patterns. If not, you have some practicing to do, which is great. Give you something to work on. So hopefully you've enjoyed this. Remember, we're only working in 2-measure chunks right now. So 2-measure phrases, 2-measure phrases. 8 beats at a time. I don't want you trying to write more complex or longer phrases. Keep it simple to start and make notes about what's cool and what's not. Is jumping around cool? Is jumping around awkward? Is playing very diatonically interesting? Is using all 8th notes cool, or using all 8th notes get boring because it becomes predictable? You have to figure out for yourself what you like in creating melodic phrases. So that's going to be where your voice comes from, where your kind of identity will come from when it comes to creating your own music and creating your own songs. So hopefully this has been helpful. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. If you have any questions, as always, feel free to reach out at any point in time. Thanks, guys. Talk to you soon.